Michelangelo was a transformer of that time period because he architected things in greater detail and started drawing correct diagrams of the human body. This was a new realm of painting because beforehand painters drew 2D unrealistic images. One famous quote from Michelangelo is, "The greater danger for most of us lies not in setting our aim too high and falling short, but in setting our aim too low and achieving our mark." The meaning of that is setting your goals too low and reaching it isn't showing our true potential. Not reaching our highest goal is better because we reached as high as possible. Michelangelo was a sculptor, a painter, and an architect, considered to be one of the greatest artists of the Italian Renaissance. Michelangelo received the commission to paint the Sistine Chapel ceiling as a consolation prize of sorts when Pope Julius II temporarily scaled back plans for a massive sculpted memorial to himself that Michelangelo was to complete. At the age of 13, Michelangelo was apprenticed to painter Domenico, particularly known for his murals. Michelangelo considered himself a sculptor first. He sculpted a 69-inch tall sculpture of the Virgin Mary with her dead son resting in her arms. He wrote poems about how a human soul powered by love and ecstasy can reunite with an almighty God. What did Michelangelo consider himself as? He considered himself as a sculptor first before anything else, although he's most known for his painting at the Sistine Chapel.
Edgar Mueller is a street artist today who is similar to Michelangelo for his 3D artworks, although the streets are his canvas. Some of his major accomplishments include attending the International Street Painters Competition at the age of 19 and winning it. Also, he was awarded Master Street Performer at the Gräsel Festival. Lastly, he's now pursuing a new art form and creating his own style by painting over large public areas and giving them a new 3D appearance. One of his famous quotes is that, "I wanted to play with positives and negatives to encourage people to think twice about everything they see." Different viewpoints can totally change the picture as a whole, so he encourages his viewers to try looking around and getting a new perspective for each of his 3D artworks. Edgar is a transformer of this time period because he paints illusions of sceneries over large areas of public ground. He creates artwork that challenges the perception of viewers with washable paint or chalk. Edgar is a transformer due to his 3D art that is extremely realistic and unlike any before. His 3D artworks are performed on public grounds, so he challenges perception because you can either see a street or whatever he has intended to create. Edgar was even fascinated with painting as a kid, and he began with painting rural scenes from Strehlen, his hometown. Along with street painting himself, Edgar co-organized and helped out in other street art festivals. He also created an internet board for German street painters. Although Michelangelo lived a long time before Edgar Mueller, they have many similarities in their artworks. Both painters create amazing, realistic 3D artworks that they are highly admired for. Michelangelo raised the standards for realistic art in the Renaissance time period. Edgar Mueller created a new standard for details in the 3D street art in his time period, which is the current era. And Edgar Mueller transformed the time periods then and now in similar ways.